Jackie's. My next player is Rashod Bateman of the Baltimore Ravens. Our consensus with him is 65. I have him at 76. And I get the idea. He is now the wide receiver one there. Marquise Brown has moved to Arizona, so somebody has to fill that role. I just think it's going to be a tight end running back. I think that's going to be the pecking order, and then it's going to be Rashod Bateman. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't trust Lamar Jackson throwing the football. I never will. I don't care how many people want to come at me about my hatred, not hatred, but just my disbelief in Lamar Jackson, but I just simply never will. And it's just I haven't seen him be very good throwing the ball, even his MVP season. It was because of his legs, and it's because of his legs that he's going to be successful in fantasy football this year. When he doesn't use his legs, he'll throw 4 picks in a game, and that'll be the end of it. And then Justin Tucker will come in and kick a 66-yard field goal and win a game. Like, that's the kind of stuff that happens for Lamar Jackson. He just gets lucky like that. And so, no, I don't trust this offense other than Mark Andrews, and I never will. It would take a lot for me to believe it. I have to see it first.
I will agree with you in the fact that I don't trust Lamar Jackson, but I will disagree with you in the fact that I think Bateman's going to have a fine year. He had a great year for what he was coming out of his injury. His rookie year, I think he shakes the rust off. As long as he's healthy, he is a bona fide number 1 wide receiver on, not a huge throwing team, but someone still has to get those yardage. That's why he's at where he's at. I mean, he wasn't even listed in the conversation of wide receivers when we were talking about that bad quarterback run of wide receivers, but I think I have him at 63. You have him at 76. We're not super far off, but I think he deserves to be higher than some of these other guys. Marquise Brown, for example. I have to say that Marquise Brown has one of the more tough times of getting targets, especially with Hopkins if he stays healthy, and Ertz. A lot of mouths to feed. There's no mouths to feed on Baltimore other than Andrews. And we all know Andrews is going to have a bona fide stellar year, but I just can't say that Bateman deserves to be drafted this low. I think I'm too low on him. I think he needs to be up a little higher in my rankings as well. There's a lot of wide receivers in this range. I think Michael Thomas is above him. I'm sorry. They're already talking about how he's not going to be ready for the start of the season. So I love me some Bateman. I think it's that season. I think this is one of those guys that could win you the league, especially in the 6th or 7th round. That's your 3rd wide receiver, 3rd running back, or, in that range. I'd love to grab myself a Bateman this year. Probably have him in a lot of teams.
Yeah, Rashod Bateman's kind of my sneaky guy. I'm going to have on a lot of teams too. Really, I mean, Marquise Brown was very valuable for fantasy's sake, even though Lamar Jackson was the quarterback. And I think Rashod Bateman, even when he was coming out of Minnesota, I thought he was a better wide receiver than Marquise Brown was. So I think you're not only getting an upgrade on the player, but you're putting him in a position that was already pretty valuable. So I like him a lot.
I get it. I can't remember the last time that Lamar Jackson had a wide receiver on his team that I was like, okay, we have to have him in fantasy football. I just got burned too many times from that. And
look at what Marquise Brown did these last few years. I mean, nobody expected that from him.
He was a 1st-round pick. I mean, I expected better, I think. I think everybody expected better.
2nd-round pick then?
Either 2nd or 3rd. I can't remember.
Drops off a cliff after that 1st round, apparently. No, I think what Marquise Brown did was phenomenal, and I think Bateman steps right into his shoes.
I just feel like, weren't we disappointed with Marquise Brown for the last couple of years? Like, I don't remember us thinking Marquise Brown was a game changer.
For a 5'9" wide receiver, I think he's done a fine job the last 3 years.
Fair enough.
I just think Rashod Bateman is way more talented.
I do
and
too.
If he gets the same type of targets,
you're probably right. I mean,
if we're going to argue the DJ Moore thing, he had 145 targets last year. I mean, that's huge, and you put a more talented receiver in there. Then
I get but that's you saying that he's more talented than I think DJ Moore is more talented than Rashod Bateman.
I'm
not saying anything about DJ Moore. I'm saying Marquise Brown and Rashod Bateman. I think Rashod Bateman's the better player. He profiles more as a number 1 receiver.
Probably.
Also, Bateman was 3rd on the depth chart coming off an injury. They weren't like we have to use them right now. They were doing fine with their running game, Marquise Brown and Andrews. So I just think
Andrews will be the guy that you want on that offense. He's going to be the one catching the balls. The backfield is also going to get fed a lot of passing downs. and then you're going to have Lamar Jackson rushing the ball. Those are your top 3 fantasy players on that offense. And then below that, you got Rashod Bateman. Now, if you want to take him, because there are some weeks that he's going to pop, but there's also going to be several weeks where he's got the 4 catches for 60 yards.
I'd rather have Bateman 3 rounds later than J.K. Dobbins. I'm sorry. Not even like I would
disagree with that, but that's fine.
There is no proof that J.K. Dobbins is going to be good. I am scared for his ADP, but this isn't what we're here for. Well, I'll have a hate J.K. Dobbins later.
I guess so.
Speaking of hating J.K. Dobbins, I'm getting a small chub for Tyler Batty in this offense.
Could be interesting. I actually was really stoked to
you in
see
rookie
him go to
drafts,
Baltimore.
man. He's not the worst 5th round pick.
No, I'm actually pretty stoked of his landing spot. I'm not sold on J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards. We got to see what they are after this injury coming back from it. And I wasn't sold on J.K. Dobbins from the start. It was the Cam Akers situation. Everyone just
Mike Davis is
him.
there.
Yeah, there's too much in the backfield. I'm not excited about it. I get it. They did it for depth, but Baltimore's running game, like you said, like you say all the time, and like you're gonna say here shortly. Well, Lamar Jackson's the number 1 running back. So yeah, no, not excited about J.K. Dobbins, especially in the 4th round. That's where he's going. I'm out on it.
Okay, he has only played 1 year, J.K. Dobbins. So
I know, and he didn't have that good of a year.
He was like the 17th ranked as a rookie, 17th ranked running back or something, 23 maybe. I don't remember, one of those two. He was like a running back 2 his first year. Like, it wasn't that bad. I don't know.
I don't get hyped about 1 year, and it was mostly touchdowns. So I'm gonna hold my breath on J.K. Dobbins.
Speaking of